There you go. Some objective. Okay. So if you want to try, I'll try to leave. Just forget that I was Jason. Alvin, when this changed, said no, I feel like
I did. Check that one.
Jason Barclay is the best one.
that is the best.
Oh, there we go.
Let's see them.
Oh, it just asked me to share the password with you, and I did.
Hmm.
So I don't know why it asked me that.
Still said no.
Jason, you have Lexi, please. Try to bring my backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my tricks, there's another password.
It's on the desk
right there,
or?
Wildcats.
Go Wildcats. And if it doesn't like it, that.
Yeah. Or just because you looked at it.
That's what I would think. What would you? Anybody like it?
I'm not even.
Never like it?
It's checking it. Here you go.
That's it. I wasn't gonna do that, but you thought you do.
I'm not in.
I think that I'm gonna type on it. Ready? Just cancel. Stay too long. It's just the best. JC backpack there. Move it down, 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 down. There. Just connect. And then go what minutes. Change the split sports management.
Yeah, in there.
What? Wasn't that say yes or no? Just I know where this name clarification.
Now I can go. Yeah, you good?
Oh, everyone else. Here's some things that. Then you there's the more than it's that street there. But here, not even I. Yeah. Okay. Right, you follow that, but there's. But then it's okay.
All right, I'd like to call this meeting to order. It's 6:01. Welcome everybody that's here. Thanks for coming. We'll go roll call, please.
Elton Larson,
I'm here.
Dayton Flake.
Here.
Harston Flake.
I'm here.
Kat Hansen. Here. Lexi Nelson. Here.
Okay, do I have a volunteer to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank Peyton.
What?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have a volunteer to lead us in the convocation. Thank you, Harston.
Our gracious Heavenly Father, as we come before thee, we're grateful for this opportunity to be here in a free land where we can choose to do as we wish. We're grateful for the opportunity to meet as a school board and discuss the issues that are presented and help us to make the best decisions possible. We're grateful for our community and those who serve. We love thee and are grateful for all we have, and we say these things in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ, amen.
Thank you, Harston. Okay, as we always do in January 1st, or the board meeting, it's election of governing board president and then the clerk. We'll open it up for nominations for the board president. Anybody have any nominations?
I think the situation that we're in between trying to get a new superintendent stuff that we need to stay where we are. So I'd like to, I think, let's keep the same clerk and the same president so we can continue where we are. But I know they're separate.
Okay.
Is that a motion?
Nomination.
Yeah.
I second it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do both at the same time, or do we need to separate, keep them separate?
Let's keep them separate.
Okay.
So there. So I'm assuming the nomination is me then. There's a
Yes.
second from Kat. Are there any other nominations? Okay. Call for the vote. Karsten?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
You can say no.
I'll abstain. I'll abstain. How's that? Okay. How about nominations for clerk?
I think we just leave it the same.
Say, I nominate.
So I nominate Dayton.
Thank you.
I'm second.
Second it.
I second.
Thank you, Kat. Anybody else? Any other nominations?
Yes.
You have another nomination?
I was voting yes.
Okay.
That's not the question.
Lexi gets to go first. We'll
Oh.
call for the vote. Lex,
Yes.
Kat, Dayton, Leifstein. Okay, myself, yes. Karsten, now you can say.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you. Hopefully this goes well. Make a motion that we approve the agenda with the items as listed. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Any discussion, changes that we think we need? Any? Call for the vote. We're at Kat.
Yes.
Yes. Myself, yes.
Yes.
Karsten.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from December 9th, 2025 regular board meeting. I give a second on that.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion needed? It looked okay. Any changes needed is what I should say. It looked okay to me.
Yeah, it looked okay.
Okay. Call for the vote. Oh, abstain, myself, yes.
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 Thank you. And Brian, we're up to you.
Yes, we have some visitors here today that we're going to do a couple short presentations on things, and I would like to turn the time over first to Southwest Foods.
All right. Thank you. Good evening. We'll wait for our slides to get up.
Oh, it's
There we go.
Okay.
All right. Well, good evening, esteemed board and superintendent. Thanks for having us here this evening so we can give you guys a little update of your year-to-date food service picture, as well as some more detailed information on the breakfast in the classroom program you guys are running here. So a little introductions, because obviously I'm a new face and some of y'all might not know the two standing next to me. Kick off with Marissa.
Hi, I'm Marissa Christensen. I'm the general manager of food service.
So Marissa is your guys' shared GM. How long have you been with SFE, Marissa?
3.
3 years. So she is up here and in Heber. So you guys share her, and it's a great benefit to have her. She does a great job working with Sierra and your guys' staff here. She's fabulous. Assisting her and assisting me is our senior GM, Stephanie. And Stephanie is, you may recognize the last name. She is John Joyner's wife. So keep it in family up here. And my name is Simeon. I'm a DM. I've been with SFE for 8 years. I am stepping into John Joyner's former role up here. So filling those same shoes and kind of, doing the same support for Marissa and Stephanie up here to make sure we're successful. So moving forward, the bulk of this presentation, by bulk, it's not a very long presentation. So most of it, though, is going to be touching on BIC. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys some clarification and background. I'm not sure when the last time it is we've discussed this for you. We're currently operating it at just the elementary school. Your high school operates a grab-and-go breakfast. BIC stands for breakfast in the classroom. So what that means is that we send breakfast down in coolers to every single classroom at the elementary school. Students are able to get that food out of the classroom or out of the cooler in their classroom, eat it there. Currently, all of your students eat for free. That's something that you guys are subsidizing, and we'll talk a little bit more about what that means. But I wanted to be really clear on what you guys are receiving per meal. So every student, whether they qualify because they're on SNAP or other government benefits, or they submit a free and reduced application, they fall into one of these three categories. So they're either paid, which means their family makes enough money, or they didn't submit an application, so they qualify as paid, they're reduced, or free. So you get that corresponding amount reimbursed from the Arizona Department of Education for each meal that we serve. So that is important because on this next slide, we can see that, I'm stalling for time here. We can see that your meal counts are up 11% overall, right? We are serving more students year to date than we did last year. But if you look at that box to the right, your revenue from the state is actually down. That is because your meal mix has changed significantly over the past year. We are serving a significantly larger portion of paid students. And that's great. We love that we're serving those students. But the issue with that is that we're not charging those paid students. So we are only receiving that 40 cents per meal. So that is, something that we'll think about and we'll discuss. But I wanted to demonstrate just what that means to your bottom line. That means $12,000, $6,000 year to date, about $12,000 projected for the whole year is the amount of revenue we're losing just by not charging those paid students. And if we want to move forward to the next slide, we can look at, the three kind of potential options that we have. Obviously, option one is to make no changes. If you guys as a board, and I don't expect to, make any decisions tonight, but we do want to just bring this to your guys' attention as Steve and I kind of work on solutions and what makes the most sense for Joseph City, just so that you guys have this information. And when we come time to make decisions here in April or May, we can make an informed one. Obviously, option number one is to make no changes. Continue serving breakfast for free to all of your students, breakfast in the classroom, and continue to subsidize that loss out of the general fund or out of the 510 account. We could continue to serve breakfast in the classroom, but charge students by eligibility. All that would mean is that if I am a family who my students qualify as paid, I would pay $1.50 for that breakfast that my students take in the classroom. We would see largely the same participation, and it would, at the snap of a finger, reduce your guys' deficit by $12,000, which we'll kind of look at what that looks like totally on the next slide. The third would be to switch to a conventional breakfast model, which is breakfast in the cafeteria, similar to what you guys are doing at the high school. Obviously, we would expect to see your participation go down. That's the drawback. That's why we pushed it to breakfast in the classroom all those years ago. But it allows us the opportunity to have an easier bandwidth to charge those students by eligibility, right? When we're doing it in the classroom, the issue with option two is we're relying on teachers to accurately mark those students. Whereas when it's charged for free, obviously we want them to accurately mark the students. But if they don't, it's not like a student is being charged money. Now, if a teacher mischarges or we accidentally charge the wrong student, it could be a student, being charged that $1.50 rather than getting a free meal that they should have. The third, switch to conventional breakfast model, really solves for those issues. And that's something that I think Steve and I, in several months, will be able to confidently give you guys a recommendation of how we feel like we should move forward. Thirdly, those are our breakfast in the classroom details. I wanted to give you guys a look at your program health as a whole. Obviously, we're running a deficit. That's the big bottom line there. But there's some positives to pull out of that. We are running a significantly smaller deficit year to date than we were last year. That's largely thanks to decreases in your guys' food costs and labor costs. And that's largely due to the work that Marissa has done with Sierra. We have really worked on finding some efficiencies within our menu. We have worked on reducing food waste, just a lot of things that without reducing the quality of food we're serving to students, we were able to come in and reduce that cost for us without having to damage the quality of our product. So ultimately, that led to that $11,000 reduction in deficit with another $12,000 potentially from a change in our BIC. We are headed in the right direction, obviously still with work to do, but that is the general health. So that being said, I kept it short. I'd love to open it up to questions if any of you guys have any.
Can you, do we have a copy of this presentation? I hadn't seen it yet.
I can
Print it for you, yeah. I've
Well,
got
for
it.
the board.
We've got one.
Okay.
That's
that's-
for now.
No, that
That's
one's
next one. Okay.
But no, we can definitely make sure you guys do get a copy.
Thank you. And we appreciate the numbers. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Board, any questions?
Thank you.
All right,
I
thank you.
appreciate those numbers.
Safe travels on, I understand you guys are traveling, so.
Yes, I'm going back to Phoenix, so I'm gonna be hopefully home by 10. But thank you guys so much, and Steve, we'll be in touch on
Okay,
everything
thank
else.
you.
All right,
Appreciate you.
thank you guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And next we have Matt Weber, the superintendent of NABIT here for his annual visit, answer questions and present. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Brian. Appreciate the opportunity to be here with you tonight. Go ahead, you can go ahead and jump to that second slide. Just want to say thank you again for our partnership. We appreciate the opportunity to work with each of you. And just as a reminder, J.C. Hansen serves as representing your district on our board. He's very, very faithful. Even if he can't be there live, he's always joining us by Zoom. So we appreciate working with him. And of course, working with administration, Brian, Eric, and Dan is amazing to work with as the CTE director, and Julie as the career technician. So we appreciate working with each of you and coordinating with our students. Go ahead. So just, in fact, let's skip that because that's just the basic background. We serve 11 public school districts, and Joseph City was number 8 in the 11 that we have. And then let's jump one more there. And so just a reminder, our main focus is to bring you a funding stream as well as provide central programs at the college for those who have the time. Because most of the current tech ed that's happening is here at Joseph City High School, because most of your students don't have a career block of time to devote to current tech ed. So go ahead and advance there. And let's just look at the longitudinal. I'm excited about the numbers we're reporting tonight. So yeah, go ahead and just jump forward there. So take a look here. So FY11 is 73,000. The reason why I'm using that as kind of a marker, now go one more slide there, Steve. And so what we're projecting based upon your current student count, your involvement in CTE for FY26 is about the same as you were in FY11. It's not very often districts can go back to those numbers, and you're going to be able to reach those, assuming that you don't lose students a lot at the semester. But that's just based upon your fall semester enrollment. That's what we anticipate to bring in. So I'm excited about that, and it makes sense that you go up a little bit. Go ahead and go to the next one. So because as you look here, particularly with added enrollment, with Maria coming in and doing both agriculture and culinary, that makes a huge difference on your student count. And so we appreciate Tyson, Welding and Auto, Roland, and Micah. Everyone's been great about getting into the certification piece because that's a huge part of what we're required to do with the legislature. Go ahead. And then this is the list of the central program list. The 2 newest ones there are the behavioral health and the computer information systems. And the others have been around a while: medical assistant, nursing assistant, hairstyling, and with construction. And then one I forgot to add there is automotive. And you do have a student or 2 in that this year. We finally were able to get automotive at the Painted Desert campus, all brand new equipment. That's about $550,000 in there. So we're excited to offer that for those that really are going after a full career pathway. And it doesn't hurt to go through your auto program here at Joseph City High School, and then your junior and senior year come up there. So it all comes together. So once again, our main focus then has been, it's continued for the last 5 years, is we're focusing on monitoring, because the state legislature, one of their main goals for quite a long time has been they've been wanting to take money away from the high schools, because they have this mentality that the only good CTE programs are at the central programs at major campuses. But the major thing that they forget is not everyone has that kind of time. Because you're looking at a 3-hour block to be there, you're looking at travel time. And most of your students to be online to graduate, they've got to plan ahead to have that kind of extra time to do a central program. So we're doing everything we can to preserve your funding. And so a big part of that is proving with the monitoring that your students are getting not only finding gainful employment, but they're earning those industry credentials. And so, for example, automotive is ASE, the Automotive Service Excellence. Your NCCR base, like Tyson and welding and with construction, carpentry, that would be NCCR because and we understand that some of the smaller groups, like a small construction crew, maybe your local construction groups don't care about NCCR, but for those who want to work for some of the bigger places in the valley, it's pretty much a requirement. So we want to offer that certification that gives them more opportunities to find work. So in a nutshell, we're just excited about your increase in funding being up over 70,000 with the programs you've added. And I just want to say, put a plug in for Marie too. She's been to all of the new teacher training, and I mean, she's been very faithful about jumping through all the hoops with the Premier Series, and she's just been great. She's been, all your teachers are good to work with, but like I say, for first year teacher, she has not been shy. She has jumped right in the middle and taken the training that's available to her. So with that, I'll entertain any questions. I know you've got a full agenda ahead of you.
Yeah, I actually have one I thought of. Does that take homeschool students?
We do. We do. We don't have very many of them, but we do take them.
Okay.
Do they, so they can be homeschooled, not through the school?
That's
as well?
correct. Yeah, we have to take, we even the charter schools, we can't be choosy. We're a public school district. We have to take everyone. So, but we really don't have very many. I would say the biggest competition right now is the ESA students. And we're not seeing a lot of those coming to us.
Would it affect their payments if they join
We
now?
charge them tuition.
Okay. Interesting. And I have heard about that automotive site in Holbrook. It should be good. We already have kids looking forward to it next year. So
Awesome.
yeah, but it's quite a program I heard.
So we're excited about that. The instructor over there came from Payson High School, so he's very comfortable with high school students and understands the importance of certification. So, like I said, we're excited about what we've been able to bring, and but we need to be just slow and steady in terms, because we don't want to add too many things up here, because you've got to have the enrollment to sustain your program. Just like you can only have so many programs here at Joseph City High School, we can only really have so many with the college. So once again, I appreciate our partnership. We have an open door. Anytime you have questions, be sure and reach out to me. I always see these three, most of the ASBA meetings, just because we've known each other for so long. So they do most of the harassing, but know that I'm always wanted to visit with Andy.
Thank you.
Matt's been great. I think he's been with Nava since its inception.
As long as I can.
Yeah. He's too good.
Yeah, I'm still ticking. I do have hearing aids now. That was my Christmas gift. But no, I got a lot of years left in me.
Good. That's great.
Thank you, Brian, and wish you well. It's been a blessing to work with you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. So yeah, a lot of things going on with that. I have my report as well, but yeah, we like NAVA, and it helps many of our students. But I want to bring your attention to this award. We did get some pictures of Lexi and was it Carson up there as well?
And Dayton.
And Dayton, yeah. They accepted this award at the annual ASPA conference in December. And boardsmanship, to qualify for this, you have to participate in training like the bolts. Board members have to do that. But besides that, we've had board members serve here for a long time. I think almost 15 years for the longest current serving board member. But thank all of you for volunteering your time and your service to our students. As much as I appreciate our employees, I can't help but have a special place in my heart for the board members who serve and volunteer their time to do this, because it's not always a fun job. But thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yes. Well-deserved award, and we'll get it up here if you guys would allow it. So a few other things on my report. Actually, I should touch base on something that I didn't get in writing because I wrote this before it happened. We had a backup of the sewer line at the high school campus during the middle of the wrestling tournament. So yeah, that caused some heartache. Maintenance came in overtime on the weekend and helped with that. Some custodial. It was very impressive, all the hands that helped out, but it was a big mess. It was blowing pretty heavy out of a clean out. However, I got briefed on it basically today by Brad, and I had a chance to go through some of our blueprints, and so we can trace out where this happened or where it happened, and then if it didn't happen on our property, I think we need to reach out to the sanitation district, and I'll plan on doing that. Where the auditorium connects, and then the new wrestling room to the main campus, there's a 6-inch main, and I found the blueprints of the original design of the school, and it shows when they added the thing and then the auditorium plan. So those are all in Brad's hands now, and I'm excited to see if we could trace out what happened, because we've been having some sewer issues over there. Kind of interesting, but also, let's see, we had a water leak and had to shut the water off at the school, high school on Monday. The water company asked us to do that. It ended up being about an hour, I think, maybe 90 minutes that it was off. We had a plan in place. They have water in the rooms, and we're also going to try and shuttle students if we needed to. However, the water was still on in the auditoriums, but Eric, Mr. Miller had told me. So we didn't have to transport them down here or anything every 30 minutes, or anything like that. So that was good. So we're now in the second semester. First semester grades have been sent out, and working with the students before testing here. Winter sports seasons, all going strong, and the ball teams are at Merritt tonight. So, and tomorrow, they play at home tomorrow, I thought. Anybody know? Thursday. That's right. Okay. So, and the junior high sports have started after the break as well. Our business office and other offices have been really busy on some new software that's going to help us with keeping documentation of time cards and requisitions. Putting a lot of time into that. So I did want to bring your attention. And then some enrollment numbers. You had asked me last month at the board meeting to get some of that for you. So I have a little chart in my report. So it goes from FY22 to FY26. That's our current year. So our enrollment over 5 years has dropped quite a bit from last year, not as much. The weighted ADM you can see that's worse. That's more of a.
That actually went, the group B actually went up. And so it's offsetting, it's offsetting that.
The second column is the weighted ADM. So that's that's our numbers. You have it up there. So, and so the 605, that's like 605 students. Even though we don't have 605, we didn't have 605 students. That's what they call a weighted count in their algorithm. Is it showing on the other screen? Last month, somebody told me it was.
It is now.
Okay, thank you. So you can see our weighted count now is down to 538. That's a decrease of 11%. So that's what it is. Like the ESA, the homeschooling issue has affected us some, the closure of the power plant as well. But that's what it is. You wanted me to kind of analyze what some of the causes were, and that's, from what I can tell, I think that's a big part. We have about 25% of our students that come from neighboring communities, so out of the district. So And if you never know what might happen with the facilities out at the power plant, it could perk up again here and we might get more enrollment. Enrollment's the key, basically. So, all right, working on training coaches that may need to drive a vehicle that's 11 to 16 passenger. And then there's a new law in place. I wanted to bring that to your attention. Didn't I present that last month?
We kind of talked about it a little bit.
Okay. Well, here's the K3 limit would be 21, 4, 8, 27, 9 through 12 is 30, and CTE even has 25 on there. I don't know if this will pass. I have a meeting on Thursday. I'll hopefully get some information, but even if it passes, I'm sure they're going to have some appeals and things you can do to exceed those numbers. Because in some cases we do exceed those numbers now. Just something to look at, I think, and be aware of when of course, smaller class sizes are optimal, but financially it's hard because that's where most of our budget goes. So we can do, more teachers, but I think we'll have to lose through attrition, other programs or staff. Would be how we have to pay for that. Some decisions have to be made. About where, our priorities lie. Technology department, if you notice the front door, it was, they've changed it to a keyless entry now, and it's on a timer as well. It's kind of nice. So is it a card key? I still use my other
You
key.
can use a key fob, a card key, you can use your phone, or you can just tap it into the,
There's several.
yeah, and ultimately, once we get all this done, we'll be able to do lockdowns just at the push of a button.
Remotely.
Yeah, remotely. So that's kind of where the safety piece comes in.
Yeah, that would be great, especially at the offices for that. If we can do that first, make sure we can have communications with law enforcement or whatever. But also technology is working on our Main Street marquee. That's been down for a bit. The company evidently had went out of business, so they were having some problems. But we have someone on site tomorrow that we're hoping to get it fixed soon. Want to have it up and running for the remainder of the basketball seasons. Wrestling and the superintendent search, I think some of those meetings would be good to get those dates up on that. So we're working on that. There's plenty of other things going on, but I'll spare you my rambling about it unless you have questions or want me to discuss anything.
Any questions for Mr. Fitz? Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
Take the information. Okay, that brings us to, you're supposed to speak, anybody sign up? Okay, thank you for checking. Appreciate that. Okay, that brings us to the consent agenda. I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as listed. Any comment, discussion needed? Okay. So we'll start meeting. Off of vote myself, yes. Kristen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Brings us to action items 9A. I'll make a motion that we approve the personnel request as presented. Comments, discussions needed?
Yes.
You, Karsten, Lexi?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. David, myself, yes. All right.
It was my turn.
It was your turn.
I didn't get a second on it. Okay, thank you, didn't.
All right, so I'm confused right here on what it is that we want to do with this.
9B,
Yep. Because there's like
I can
B,
present-
C, D,
yeah.
E, F, and they're all basically the same.
There was some question if you had to take action on this. I would, after discussion. So I think we move to discuss, the items first, and then like we can set those dates that they gave us on those things.
Okay, so I mean, it looks like we should be able to just motion the one to include all of them, correct?
Sure.
B through G.
Okay, yeah, 9B through G. I'll make a motion that we open for discussion and approval of items concerning working with Arizona School Board Association. Hiring a new superintendent. There we go. Thank you.
I'll second it.
Okay. So I know that there were several things that we needed to approve. One was dates.
Yeah. Well, so the first thing was like any preferences in the scope of the parameters of our search, and as discussed yesterday, it sounded like preference maybe to PhDs or certified applicants, but the minimum just being what he read off, 5 years experience.
Do we have that paper somewhere of what it had on there? Thank you.
Yeah, which one of these, what I was.
No.
Yes,
Yes.
right there.
Okay.
So if there's any other parameters in the scope of the search that you want to set, you could talk
They
about.
were master's degree or higher in education.
Yeah. That's
Or
minimal.
related field, right?
Yeah.
Minimum of 5 years successful teaching experience in a public school, minimum of 3 years experience as a principal or public school administrator.
But we also looked at
Right.
preference to already superintendents and
Well, it says experience as a superintendent preferred.
Yeah.
Hold a current Arizona superintendent certificate preferred.
Yeah.
So we all agreed with those, correct? So we're saying that that's good. What else did we?
I think those parameters are pretty good. They
Did we-
could be out of state or in state.
Right.
Yeah.
Out of state or in state. The third level of gonna cost us 9,000
Yeah.
to have their help, but that included some training for the superintendent. Also included them going, collecting all of the applicants, going through the applicants and ranking them for us, and things like that.
And running those community meetings.
and we also talked about potential travel
Right.
expenses.
For the final round of interviews.
So I guess for that reason, maybe we should take them one at a time. So those things would all be under B.
Okay.
And if you're all good with the 9,000 up to 9,000
Up
is
to
what
that.
the motion should say. And then travel expenses if needed. It should say that. And
For
then
the final round. Because we were gonna allow Zoom meetings for
Yeah.
the first round. Yes. So only for the second.
So, I mean, if anyone feels differently, I think it would be good to speak about that if you have thoughts on it.
That was the travel expenses were only as agreed upon by the school board, not just.
Right, it would be, they have to, be a finalist and
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
Well, and we talked about it was gonna follow the same rules that we have for reimbursement for administrators that travel for the school district,
Yeah,
correct?
Something like that. I'm afraid we follow per mile, kind of where they're coming from. So that with that caveat, within reason,
Right.
no.
I was gonna say, if they were coming from out of state, there would be I'm sure there would be airfare
Yeah.
plus mileage to come from Phoenix or Flag.
We
You could
also,
do that, I mean, but it's not the same in the air as it would be say if it's Alaska or something.
we also discussed the possibility of, dang, it just left my mind. Oh, the salary schedule. Is that part of what we need?
That's on
No.
Okay.
next.
Something that you're gonna put out. Oh, is that on the next one?
I think
That's the thing, those things actually say what they are.
actually, no, it's not on the next one. Parameters, it should fit in the parameters. So, but what was discussed was, I think it was 90 to 125 with benefits.
Thought it was.
I don't do the
It
120.
was 90 to 120.
Okay. Because that's what the motion or what Julie needs to get down right now.
Okay.
So do you have all
Trying to
that spelled
read,
out?
I'm trying to read through these to see exactly. This is,
It was all written down. I thought Julie and he had written it all down, the things that we were talking about, so. And I got the idea from him that all we needed to do at our meeting tonight was approve what we talked about and make it official, is what I understood from when I asked him about it for tomorrow, meeting today.
Would you like me to give you the line items?
yes,
So
please.
9B would pertain to the parameters of this, the position that you want, that would be salary, possibly, a range,
Right.
so that could be put in the advertisement. 9C would be, the scope of services and the timeline that you would work with, ASB.
Julie's doing my job for me now. I gotta interrupt. I think I should be doing this. So
Thank you.
the parameters, like I said, was the first one. The second one's dates. 9D is gonna be surveys and the focus groups that we talked about and the community forum. And there'll be dates for those. 9E is just the approval for the survey, an e-survey. 9F is
Okay,
confirming
so
that the ASBA is doing it.
I'll take this on because I was like, I screwed it up. Let's start back again and go back to the beginning. We'll just do one at a time.
That's not how we typically word our items.
I know, and that's the problem is it doesn't say specifically, it just says as the board wishes or approve the superintendent's
The
search.
parameters should be those things we talked about were the parameters.
Right.
The
That
salary,
was what was gonna be down.
the preferences, the 9,000, those are all, and if there's no objections, I think we can vote on those.
All at once.
I think, well, you guys should vote on this. This is the action. So I guess we should. On 9B. Unless you guys think differently, Julie or Steve.
Yesterday, we filmed.
I know.
Vote yesterday.
I know, but
Well, it's the same thing that was discussed. It just, if you wanted to change anything on the parameters.
There wasn't anything that we wanted to change. We just needed to
Okay.
go through
Then
and
we-
approve them.
Okay, then
The problem is,
the motion should say approve the parameters, presented or discussed. That's,
well, I was trying to get out there so that everybody knew what parameters were discussed.
That would probably be
Yeah.
a good.
Okay,
I'm good with that. That's what we were.
not just saying they were approving the parameters that we discussed yesterday.
Right, I
So,
listed them.
Right.
Have them ready here.
So do we have the dates down?
I do. January 29th is the first one to set up the focus teams. March 29th is a pre, and that's where you start to, first round it is March 29th, and April 8th, and then April 17th is community.
And the community
And
forum.
and
You call it a forum.
and picking and food.
And that's C.
They're on your agenda at 10D. And
The dates, she just said the dates.
community.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really. But that was like way down there out of the nights. Okay. So. Now I'm lost. We just
Make a
approved-
motion to,
Motion that we did originally,
which said,
9B through G.
we were gonna approve.
okay, yeah, go ahead.
Things
And I-
might be-
If you want me to give a quick summary of what all those things are, I can do that.
Sure.
I kind of started.
Go ahead.
So after the dates, other things that were agreed upon were the surveys, how these can arrange the focus groups and the community forum, and that we're authorizing this survey. It was part of that. And also that we're authorizing ASBA to look at these applications and help us go through them
Correct.
and the interview questions. So those are the things discussed. If you want to add any specifics or change anything, this would be the time.
I think we're good with them, except for Carson and the QR codes.
For the
I
survey.
got in once.
You figured it out.
Yeah, the surveys will be all electronic, which
Survey Monkey, use a QR code, take a picture of it, go take a survey. Okay. Thank you.
no, thank you.
At the first
My fault.
meeting to the public, there'll also be the opportunity to still do the survey too.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that's what he said. They could do it that night or day or whatever.
And for all the people like me, they could do it by hand.
Yes, and we can sit next to you and help you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Basically, it's all planned out.
so
This
Yeah.
process.
now that it's clear as mud. Is there anything that we need to change, or can we just leave them all as one?
I'm ready.
But-
We're good.
Okay,
Steve has a comment.
Yeah, with your permission, then we'll actually put into the motion in the minutes what he read off, so
Yes.
you don't have to repeat it all right now.
Thank
And
you.
then if there's anything we got wrong, we can correct it when we adopt the minutes next month. Okay.
And this should get the applications out. People will start by tomorrow is what he said.
Yes.
Yep.
Can be posted.
okay, so we are voting on 9B through 9G. First,
Yes.
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 Lexi, Dayton, and myself, yes, thank you. Look,
Well, that was bad.
Let's see if we can do better.
I will see if I can improve on the next one. Hey, okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the rates as discussed for the EV charger. Okay,
So I don't know, you've have had a chance to look at it, but, so I put some research together and those are the rates I came up with. We wanted it to be some kind of a benefit for employees, especially employees that may have to commute. So that's why the less expensive rate for them. We have questions on what, like the time, how much it is to charge a car, how much per kilowatt hour. I can take those now if you want to know.
Do they get used quite a bit?
And no, we've only tested them. No one's really used
We
them.
had a car out there today. I'll wait for you.
Now we do. So we have someone on staff.
so, yeah, but how
Is
much
it,
is,
is it available like
Public.
24/7? Like,
No,
It could be, we have options. We can lock them or unlock them. That's where that ends. But we could check out a key if somebody wanted to pay for the 24-hour use. and we gave them a key. They could, they could use it overnight, but they just have to pay and return the key. So that's,
I'm just curious.
So as of right now, they're turned on during the day?
no, they're locked. With
They're
the-
locked.
Yeah.
There's a physical.
Okay,
We got the keys that we're sharing now with them.
so how would we go about actually charging somebody for using?
A lot of it's gonna be on the honor system. I mean, it's pretty hard to charge and not be seen over there, for one. I thought about putting a camera on it, but it's not a real big need now. It will be maybe someday in the district, I think. So I think we should get something in place that can be improved upon as more people do it, but there's 4 now. And I don't see a problem. They've all been locked. I think we only have the 1 key out. And that employee's paying weekly, or could pay weekly now after this.
Okay,
Or
so as of now,
or
if somebody wants to use it, they have to come in, get a key.
Or arrange
And
for
say,
us to
I'm gonna
unlock
use it
it.
for this long.
Okay, let's say, hypothetically, we got an employee that calls Julie and says, hey, I'd like to charge overnight, but I'm not getting into town. If we are here and working, we could go unlock it for that person, so they could come at night. But typically, I don't think we leave it unlocked unless arrangements are made. That's what I was trying to get at.
Right, so I understand that, but I mean, are you giving a key to them permanently and then they're gonna say how much they're using it, or they have to come get a
No.
key every time?
Depends on the situation. I was gonna tackle that on a case by case basis, but like I said, with only 1 now, it's pretty easy. Check it out per week, and they can also get it for the next week. I mean, just when they pay, we'll ask it where the key is or whatever.
Okay.
If you have a better suggestion,
No, I don't have a better suggestion right now, that seems,
if we could leave them
I'll
unlocked all the time and
figure it
just
out.
watch to see who's using it. There's license plates and.
Did you do some research on how much, so if they charge for 3 hours, cause that's the shortest one, and we're charging $3 an hour, how much does it cost for a car to be charged for an hour?
3 on
So,
this.
no, I mean,
How much does it cost?
how much is
Cost.
electricity costing the district?
I don't know how much those batteries can suck. If it's a level 2 charger, so I know the kilowatts that they charge with, and what we pay per kilowatt hour, up to about 15 cents. But they charge faster than 1 kilowatt hour an hour.
Right, so, well, depending on how many amps the thing is pulling, that's how it goes to kilowatts. And that's what you're charged by APS, is for the kilowatts used. Kilowatts per hour. So APS is charging you, I don't know what it is at the school for sure, but at
15.
my house, it would be 15 cents an hour. Per kilowatts. So however many more amps I'm pulling, there's more kilowatts per hour, right?
Right.
So,
So we don't know.
for example, the amps on my pump that I use for irrigating, several years ago, it cost me $3 an hour to run a pump. Now it costs me more than that.
Right. I don't know if that's metered though. From
Do the
all
pumps
the
have their
information I
meter, or is it part of just the school's meter?
no,
So there's no way to know.
the individual pumps don't have meters. There is a connection I think with the transformer that has a meter by it. I think. I know that it's plugged into the transformer. I don't remember if they have a meter. I'd have to check to make sure. But so, like a Tesla can get a full charge on one of these level 2 things, chargers, in about 8 hours. So that'd be a full tank of gas for an employee at $10.
Right. So how much did we check and see, like when they pull into McDonald's over in Holbrook, how much is,
I checked.
or not McDonald's, Burger King, how much are they charging?
I didn't go to Burger King, but I did research on the internet.
Okay.
And
So
we're right in the middle or low. We're at probably on California's out off the chart, so they're gonna have a different rate. But the rates go from anywhere from like 2 to 10 or more an hour throughout the country. It's a big range. But like La Posada, for all I know, they might have to be a customer staying overnight or something. They have connection fees that these places also charge. They
Right.
charge per hour and a connection fee.
Correct.
I don't think we need to get that involved at this point because it's just one person. You know, I think what I recommended would suffice for now, but that's what change.
But in the future, we probably need to, if the thing starts getting used a lot.
Don't those things pull different amps? Like a Tesla
Yes.
pulls more than a
Different
truck.
cars, pull different amps, different rates.
That's why it's nice to have a meter on it or something.
Yeah, that's probably quite expensive to even to meter all of them.
Well, we know how many amps it can provide, so if we went by that, I guess I could probably find out a really estimate. Because I don't think they can provide much more than is it
No,
20
it's,
amps an
it's gonna
hour?
have a limit on how much it can go through.
Yeah, it's probably 20 amps. Is that
I would bet it's higher than
I
that.
bet it's higher than 20 amps.
It could be 50 or 60.
how many kilowatts hours into an amp? Steve did. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
A lot.
Okay.
This is why I won't have an electric car. How much it is a gallon of gas, I can tell you that.
More than 15 cents a kilowatt hour, probably.
Well, I know you can see them, like I told you in the meeting, you can see them on like a Google map. If you Google places you can charge your electric car, those show up.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's cool.
Well, I know my brother rented an electric car and was here over a weekend and could not use it. Because it was a weekend and he ended up having to go to a hotel in Newburgh
Just to charge.
just to charge his car and he had to leave it there for 8 hours.
yeah. So,
He said he
different
would
cars. are
never
different.
own an electric car after that experience.
See, there's a convenience center for the community as well, not just for the employees. They can charge, and now I guess if they can catch us here at the office, I don't think they should be calling cell phones to get a key, but
And that's the only thing. I don't really have a problem with this. I was just, in the future, we're gonna have to have a better way than just say, well, I gotta go get a key. And I hope they bring back the key and.
a lot of it depends on how it plays out, but we could probably leave it unlocked and monitor it with a camera easy enough. And then it's still on our system because we can't chase them down if they're on I-40. So
Oh, it's
if we do that, so I don't know.
I didn't realize they were, like you said, no, just on Google for people to find.
Oh, yeah. But if they're locked, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
But I think most places have it where you just run your card. They have a little thing on the side and everything hard to charge.
Yeah.
It might be worth looking into.
Not now.
Not
We
now.
got one.
Not now, for one, but it might be something to look at in the future.
Yeah.
Somehow to make it easier if it grows past the one person.
Right.
Okay. Well, I think I beat that one with the dead horse.
No, it's good to get this stuff out, so.
I would just say in the future, we want to just check and make sure we're at least covering
Our cost.
our cost.
I think we are, but what I've tried to figure out.
Okay. As long as we're covering our cost, I'm good. Take them up, Lexi.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Self is.
Yes.
Is it good? You guys are good. Thank you. That brings us to board conflict of interest training and Bible students. We do this every year in the game.
So conflict of interest, like you said, you do it every year. There's a form in front of you as well, just in case you had any questions that you wanted to talk about or ask me. Steve, was there anything you guys want to say on this?
Just that this is a requirement. Our auditors actually check and look at the board members' conflict of interest statements to make
And
sure they've been
employees.
done.
All employees and board members.
And the other thing they do is they quiz me to make sure that the board has been trained, had training on it. So to that end, you just need to declare if you,
Have close relatives,
Close relatives.
business relations, or vendor relations, district purchases from employees, or.
Like I
Like that.
retire, we can buy extra cheese.
The 13th. And, is that good on that? But also, let's see. Oh, the other one I wanted to make, is it separate? It's not separate, see? Oh, it is 10B.
yeah, and I would ask you to, if you wouldn't mind, filling out that form and giving it to Julie before you leave. If for some reason you need more time, that's okay, but it would be best if you could do it before you leave. Thank you.
So we printed out just the ethics form for, this is what the employees see. It's established long ago, general ethics for our behavior, and all the employees get this as well, so that you saw it. The board is who put these into place. And we could add or modify this at any time the board can. As for the times, it needs to be recorded, but you guys can recommend a change or to keep it the same. It's fine with me. We'll work to be here and make it happen, whatever times and dates you guys decide. Also, our mission statement is. Yeah, it sure is. Challenge and empower all students.
Thank you
Lifelong.
for getting that up there.
Yeah, you're very welcome. The high school made that poster. Of course.
Is it anywhere else around the district besides?
Yeah. So it's been taken down over the years, probably by new staff, but at times we've had it all through the hallways, and it's on our website.
Is there one at the elementary somewhere?
Not the district.
So this is one thing a new superintendent's probably gonna focus on, new mission and getting everybody pointed the same direction on the focus of what it may create in the mission. I don't know. He or she would check with the board to do that. I like that one. I helped
I like it too.
as a staff meeting, so we came up with it.
Like, oh,
What else can you do? Besides
Okay,
that?
so
I think it's great.
we've moved on from 10A to 10B, right? So
Yes.
we are affirming that we're staying with the second Tuesday, 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a motion?
No,
No action,
Okay,
Yeah.
no action.
just for documentation.
Do we have any requests for future agenda items? Okay,
Did we need to approve the 10, whatever that was about the superintendent search?
we did.
Don't go back to that.
Don't go back. Don't take me back there.
Already
There
did it.
shouldn't be any problem, but what is it? I'm sure we covered it. What was it, Mr. Folk?
I can't remember.
It's better to tell us on
We
the.
were just talking about the dates being down there, and that was all that was about.
Okay,
So right now we're on upcoming meetings and events.
okay.
So we have the focus group for superintendent search, January 29th.
Sorry, my computer went the ways of the world.
We
I
got
need
the
to go
bolts
bring a
training
charger.
the very next day, January 30th in Flag. Then you got our next regular board meeting is the 10th of February. Then we have the superintendent search candidate selection and interview preparation on March 27th.
People, isn't it?
Yes. Then we have the first round of interviews on April 8th, and then we have the final round and community forum with meet and greet of the candidates on April 17th.
Done. I'm not.
Ask the question, what?
One of the things I learned at the last ASB training we did is these boards do work sessions. And I think that's something we should try to do, to discuss mission statements and goals and
Yeah.
issues we may be having. So as a board, we're all on the same page. I'd
Good
like
idea, yeah.
to do that sometime. Probably before we get a new superintendent.
I think there's some things that would be good to be set up with this superintendent that we can bring with us with the new superintendent to get some things started and have a way to go. Because I think that's
Any goals or changes we might want to work on.
I think that's something we need to discuss with the new superintendent. Possibly as part of the final interviews. If we have some stuff set up, how does this work and how can we work this with you moving forward type thing.
Okay, so to Lexi's point, I think we probably should have a work session where we can sit down together and discuss what attributes we would actually like. So that we're all on the same page for that. That would be something.
Yes.
Is that something that you would like to? That's the direction you're talking about going, right?
Yes, some of it. There
Well,
are
multiple
They're
different.
talking about
Yes.
goals. That,
There's a lot of things, but yes, that's definitely.
well, that's in a meeting. That's one of the meetings. It's the third meeting that date because we're gonna get feedback from the community, what is important to them, specifically to what he said. I understand what you're saying.
Right, I'm just saying that's an example, but yeah,
Yes.
we've had work sessions in the past where we worked on mission statements on.
Yeah.
things
Well,
like
goals, and there's just some things that have happened that's just, I feel like we could have discussed better. If, I don't know, does that make sense?
Oh, makes sense.
So, I just feel like we could work
So just
better.
as a reminder, any board member can request a budget session or a
That.
work
One of
session,
those two.
any kind of work session that you want, just Dayton, Karsten, I see Kat, whoever, bring it up and we'll get it set up.
Do you want to set one now, Lexi, or you think about it?
Do you have something in mind specifically that you'd like to set one up for now and
Just
we
wait
can find a
until next
date?
month.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, I don't know what we're allowed to.
A work session, so the only difference between a board meeting and like a work session, whether it be budget work session or whatever, is you can't vote and make any
Right.
official policy.
So if we're doing
in
a work sessions and I can say, hey, I'd like to talk about these things and maybe what could we do as a board or with the administration to fix these problems?
Correct.
That
Then
kind of
if you came up with some resolutions or something that you wanted, then you would bring that to a regular board meeting to actually vote on.
Just like we did yesterday for today.
Except for hopefully it goes better than it did today, because that was really short notice. But that's what we can do. So if there's an area of concern, you can bring it up and say, I would like to have a board work session where we can, of course, they're all public, so public can come. And you would sit down and you would have a work session.
I'll say this just so everybody can hear it. I'm not suggesting you do this but you may want to. They call them board retreats. It's a work session away from your community. I guess presuming that,
It doesn't have to be away from the community, does it? I mean,
They can be.
They do that sometimes, I think, for that purpose, so they can maybe talk more freely.
Some people
Some
will do it
boards. I'm not
before.
saying to do that, but
there you go.
Some
it is
people,
common.
some people.
And if you watch the news, there are some boards that get in trouble for doing that because they spend a lot of money while they're doing
And I don't necessarily want to do that, but I'd like us to be able to work together as a board better, just so we can talk about, because I think there's just a lot of like, well, I have issues with this, but then nothing ever really happens. Because we can't
Right.
talk to each other outside.
Right,
board
you need to have a work session if
Yes.
all of us are gonna be together talking about it. That is correct.
Yes.
But that, due to the open meeting laws, you still have to allow the public there, which is fine.
And yes, so, but however we need to facilitate that, it's just something I'd like to do.
Right.
Especially because, I don't know a lot of things anyway, so just to ask questions and learn too would be good, I think, for all of us.
I think it's a great idea.
That could be part of this money and finding a new superintendent is training the board and that superintendent. You mentioned that. Yeah.
But, I mean, it-
The ASB offers between the board and the superintendent.
Specifically what Lexi's talking about is
I'd like to do-
continuing on past, as the year goes, we should have several of these
Yeah.
through the year to keep.
Goals and stuff
Yes.
as the focus.
Yes,
Progress of the, yeah.
yeah, I'd like to do one before we find a new superintendent too.
Sure.
Date for that.
I'd like to do that, yes.
Okay. What date would you like to hit?
Well, see, I am fairly open. You guys that have jobs are the ones that, because I can come whenever.
Does the board think it'd be better to do it in February or March? Maybe, probably one of those months if it's before.
I mean, we can wait till after the first one, the 29th, but we could do it after that.
That would make sense, yeah.
So we could talk about that at the same
I would
time,
prefer February, March.
so.
I think that would be a good time to do one after or whatever, and we could.
Julie,
approve
could
it.
you give us some Friday days?
Thursday the 5th, there is a junior high basketball game with Snowflake. And the volleyball or varsity basketball will be at their regional tournament, which could be home. That's Thursday the 5th.
Friday the 6th? We're talking February, right?
Yeah, Friday the 6th is an enrichment day. And once again, basketball may be at regionals. And then the next week, we have a board meeting on the 10th. That's a Tuesday. There's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday the 13th also available.
Ooh.
That day.
Yeah.
There's actually nothing on the calendar.
Friday the 13th.
Okay.
There might be a reason for that.
I'm good with Friday the 13th.
If it can be in the morning, I've got a doctor's appointment for my kid in the afternoon.
Student one.
But I can be during
What time?
9 o'clock.
Are you, everybody else good with that? Okay.
Friday the 13th at 9 o'clock.
A board work session, Friday the 13th,
February.
February, Friday the 13th.
Day before Valentine's.
Yeah, we better not do it on the 14th.
Arizona's holiday,
We
Arizona's state.
spent last Valentine's Day in a meeting.
That's
Yes, you did.
I remember,
You're the only one.
I don't notice, because I was the only woman.
No, somebody else noticed.
Your wife.
If we did that 2 years in a row, I'm fine. Be in great shape. No, she loves me. She put up with me. I don't know why she does, but she does. So,
Does that work for you, Ryan?
Yes.
okay. Anything else? Okay, so that brings us to adjournment. Make a motion that we adjourn. I'll say yes.
Yeah.